Hey, we're back together again. And today I want to share something that's been quietly saving my sanity at home lately. There are days I look around the house and think, how did it get like this again? I'm tired. Not just the kind of tired you feel in your body, but the kind that makes even wiping the counter feel like too much. It's not that I don't care. I just don't know where to start anymore. And it's not really about the mess. It's about that quiet feeling of losing control over your space, your energy, your time. Like your home keeps asking more from you than you can give. And you just want it to feel easier. This video isn't about trying harder. It's about 10 small habits that make your home feel cleaner without extra effort. Just quiet little shifts that gave me more breathing room. Maybe one or two of them will help you too. One of the things that used to trip me up was thinking I had to gear up every time I wanted to clean the bathroom. Gloves, spray bottles, towels, and because it felt like such a process, I just didn't do it. I'd let the toothpaste sit in the sink for days. The mirror stayed foggy. It wasn't that I didn't notice, I just kept putting it off, waiting for when I had the energy to do it properly. But eventually I realized the real problem wasn't the mess. It was the mental weight I gave it. So I made one tiny shift. I placed a container of pre-moistened wipes behind the bathroom door. Not under the sink, not somewhere I'd forget, just right there. Now most mornings, while I'm brushing my teeth or waiting for the shower to warm up, I wipe the sink. No thinking, no setup. It's just something I do without even noticing. And that tiny habit, it changed the whole feel of the space. The bathroom doesn't get gross anymore, and I don't get that low-grade guilt every time I walk in. So if you're like me and bathroom cleaning feels like too much to start, try making it ridiculously easy. Keep what you need right where you need it. That way the mess never gets the upper hand. And if you're in the mood to keep things simple, tomorrow's video will walk you through 20 easy things you can declutter from your home. No pressure, just a gentle place to begin. But first, let's talk about one of the most frustrating parts of daily clutter. The stuff that constantly moves around but never really gets put away. Now let's move to number 2. One habit that used to quietly drive me crazy was how things piled up on the stairs. At first, it was just little stuff, a book that belonged upstairs, a pair of socks, someone's water bottle. I'd tell myself I'd carry it up next time, but I rarely did. I'd walk past it 5 or 6 times a day, annoyed but too tired to act on it. Eventually, it turned into a full-blown landing zone, and the worst part, it made me feel like I was always behind, like I couldn't even manage the pathway between rooms, let alone the rooms themselves. Then, one day I grabbed a basket and set it on the bottom step. I didn't overthink it. I just tossed in anything that needed to go upstairs. At the end of the day, or sometimes every few days, I'd carry the basket up, empty it out, and bring it back down. That tiny change took away the daily visual stress. It gave me a way to manage mess without constantly nagging myself to just grab it. So if your stairs are turning into a clutter magnet, try this. Don't fight the pile, give it a place to live until you're ready to deal with it. Because in the next habit, we're going to deal with something even more tiring than clutter on the stairs, bending down 100 times just to clean up toys. Okay, number 3, because apparently my back has better boundaries than I do. There was a time when picking things up off the floor felt like a full body chore. Not because it was overwhelming, but because I had to bend over again and again just to get the room back to zero. A sock here, a charger cable there, random bits that somehow always ended up scattered across the floor. By the end of the day, I was already tired, and the idea of crouching 20 times just to feel done was more than I had to give. Then one evening, I did something different. I grabbed the broom and swept everything into one pile. No deep thought, no effort, just one pile. Then I knelt down once, picked everything up, and it was over. Now it's just how I clean the floor. No bending over and over. No dragging myself to do it properly. Just quick, simple, and done. So if floor clutter keeps draining your energy, try sweeping it all into one place. It's such a small thing, but it saves you from feeling defeated before you even begin. In the next habit, we'll shift from what's on the floor to what's sitting out in plain sight, quietly making your space feel busier than it needs to be. Let's be honest, number 4 snuck up on me. I didn't know visual clutter was stressing me out until I accidentally gave my eyes a break. For the longest time, I kept everything out in plain sight: the dish rack, vitamins, cords, keys, even unopened mail. I thought it was practical. If I could see it, I wouldn't forget it. But slowly it started to wear on me. Every time I walked into the kitchen, it felt like the room was asking for my attention. Even when things were technically in their place, my brain still felt full. One day I just thought, what if I didn't have to look at all of it? So I tried putting a few things away: the dish rack under the sink once it dried, the vitamins into a small lidded box, the cords into a drawer with simple labels. Nothing fancy, just a little less for my eyes to manage. And you know what? It felt so much lighter. Not because the stuff was gone, but because it wasn't in my face all the time. If your home feels a bit overstimulating lately, try this. Choose one surface and clear off everything that doesn't absolutely need to live there. Then see how your body feels when you walk past it. Next, we're moving into something even more subtle: those things you're not using, but still feel unsure about letting go. Okay, number 5, aka the drawer, I kept avoiding, like it had its own attitude. I used to keep things just because I didn't know what else to do with them. Not because I loved them, not because I used them, but because deciding what to do with them felt like too much. I had a drawer full of random tech cables, chargers I couldn't match, little gadgets I thought might be useful someday. Every time I opened it, I'd feel stuck. Should I throw it out? Try to donate it? Recycle it? Keep it just in case? So I'd close the drawer, again and again. Then I gave myself permission to do something simple. I made a not sure yet box. Nothing fancy, just a small bin with a label. And anything I felt stuck about went in there, no decision needed. I set a reminder in my phone to revisit it in a month. Turns out, when you don't use something for 30 days and don't miss it, it's easier to let go. And if I did need something, I'd go grab it. But most of the time, I didn't. That little system helped me move forward without the pressure of being perfectly decisive. And that was a huge relief. In the next habit, we'll shift from stuff you're unsure about to stuff that looks organized but still makes your home feel heavy. Number 6, here's what no one tells you about organizing. Sometimes it just hides the clutter. For years, I had baskets, bins, drawer dividers, and color-coded labels. It looked neat. It looked like I had it all together. But I was still exhausted. Because I wasn't solving the real problem, I was just stacking it into prettier piles. Every time something didn't fit, I didn't ask, do I need this? I asked, where can I put it? And that's when it hit me. I wasn't organizing to make life easier. I was organizing so I didn't have to let go. Once I saw that things changed, I cleared out half the scarves I never wore, let go of the backup items I was keeping just in case. Suddenly, the systems were simpler because there was less stuff to manage. So if you've been buying more bins but still feeling overwhelmed, maybe it's not your storage, maybe it's your stuff. Next, we'll talk about how clutter shows up in your home's energy, especially when it comes to the people who live with you. Number 7, snuck up on me. I thought I was the only one stressed by the mess. Turns out I was just the loudest one showing it. For the longest time, I felt like I had to do it all. I was the one picking things up, the one putting stuff back, the one silently resenting that no one else seemed to notice. But looking back, I think part of the problem was me. Not because I wasn't doing enough, but because I made things harder than they needed to be. The systems were too complicated. The drawers were overstuffed. Even I didn't always know where things went. So I simplified. Fewer dishes in the cabinets meant it was easier to unload the dishwasher. Making space in the hallway closet meant the vacuum had a place to go. Suddenly, things flowed better and people helped more, not because I nagged, but because it wasn't frustrating anymore. Sometimes the best way to get help at home isn't to ask louder. It's to make the space more usable for everyone. Up next, a gentle reminder that even tiny wins like one drawer or one cleared surface matter more than you think. Number 8, small wins matter more than we think. There were weeks when I didn't get to the laundry pile, I didn't declutter a closet, I didn't even finish the to-do list stuck on the fridge, but maybe I cleared out one drawer, or finally tossed a broken pen that had been sitting in the holder for a year, or just wiped down a surface that always gets dusty. And every time I did, something shifted, not in the house, but in me. Because when life feels heavy, finishing one tiny thing feels like taking a breath. Like proving to yourself, I can do this. I'm not stuck. That's why I stopped waiting for big bursts of energy or full weekend makeovers. I just started noticing the little wins and letting them count. So if today you only have 5 minutes, use them. Wipe the mirror, empty one bin, delete 5 emails. It's enough. Because sometimes the real change isn't about what you finish, it's about simply choosing to start. And that's what number 9 is all about. Number 9, yes, the myth of when I have more time. Spoiler alert, I'm still waiting. I kept telling myself I'd declutter when I had a free weekend, when the weather was better, when work calmed down. But those perfect moments, they almost never came. In the meantime, the clutter stayed, and I kept walking past it, adding mental weight to an already full day. Eventually, I stopped waiting. I gave myself permission to do one thing just one, even if it was tossing an empty bottle from the shower shelf or deleting 3 random screenshots from my phone. Turns out 5 minutes is still progress. And the more often I started, the easier it became to keep going, even just a little. So if you're waiting for the right time to begin, maybe this is the right time. Just start small. You don't need a weekend, you just need now. And once I stopped waiting, I realized something else. Maybe I didn't need to do more. Maybe I just needed less. And now we've made it to number 10, and honestly, this might be the one I needed to hear the most. A calmer home doesn't come from doing more, it comes from needing less. For years, I tried to stay on top of everything. I created schedules, I bought storage bins, I followed all the tips. But deep down, I was still tired, because no matter how well I organized, I was managing too much. The turning point came when I asked a different question. Not how do I organize this better, but do I still need this at all? And slowly things shifted. Fewer things meant fewer decisions, fewer piles, fewer routines to keep up with. And for the first time in a long time, my home started to feel peaceful. Not because I did more, but because I needed less. So if you're craving calm, don't look for another system. Start by letting go of the extras, the things you don't use, don't like, or don't need to carry anymore. Less really is enough. Decluttering didn't change everything all at once, but little by little, one drawer, one basket, one honest decision at a time, it helped me feel more at home in my own space, and more at ease in my own mind. I hope these 10 lessons gave you a small place to start, or maybe just reminded you that it's okay to go slow, it's okay to do less. It's okay to make progress without making a big deal out of it. This isn't about being perfect. It's about creating a home that supports you, not drains you. A home that works with your life, not against it. If even one part of this made your day feel a little lighter, that's enough. Truly. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope it helped in a quiet, steady kind of way. And I'll see you again tomorrow. We're talking about 10 lazy habits that actually keep your home clean with almost no effort at all.